said I wasn't going to buy any more books for a long time because I have too many that I need to read. But then I got some money recently and ended up buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. You know, you only live once, so fuck it. The first one, this is genuinely one of the best covers I've seen ever, probably. This is Glorious Exploits by Ferdia Lennon. This, I mean, come on. I heard about this from Louise over at Louise Savage Muses. I love her so much. She is just amazing. If she loves a book, I immediately want to pick it up. I barely even know what this is about. It's set during the Peloponnesian War, and people are like stuck. There's like soldiers and they're like trapped in a quarry, and then they're putting on a play or something. But if Louise loved it, I want to read it. Then I got Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake. This is the illustrated edition. This is a non-fiction book about fungi. And yeah, I'm very intrigued. I know a bit about fungi just from college, just from what I studied, so I have a bit of a base knowledge, but I want to learn more, and apparently this is a very good book, so I'm excited to read that one. This is The Blue Book of Nebo by Manon Steffan Ross. This, I heard about it, I can't remember, a few years ago. It's a apocalyptic novel, but not really, you know, very non-urgent. I'm thinking books that I love: Station 11, The Book of the Unnamed Midwife, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Books where the apocalypse is going on, but people are just trying to live their life. And recently, Books and Lala read this and she was crying, and it's like her favourite book of the year, so that's why I bought that. And it's very short. It's translated also. It's translated from Welsh. The author initially wrote it in Welsh and then translated herself into English, which I think is pretty cool. This is Private Rites by Julia Armfield. She wrote one of my favourite books ever, Our Webs Under the Sea, and this is her newest novel. This is about 3 sisters, I think, that are meeting up. Their father just died and they're going to go through his estate basically and sort things out, but then also, again, slightly apocalyptic vibes. It's set in the future and it's raining like insane amounts apparently. So I'm very interested. As I said, I loved her first novel. I also read her short stories, didn't like them as much, so I'm just hoping that this is as good as Our Wives Under the Sea. Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. This, first of all, another beautiful cover. I loved, or well, I wouldn't say I loved, I really enjoyed Cleopatra and Frankenstein. One of the best first chapters in a book I've ever read. I have such a vivid memory of reading that first chapter. It's so good. So this is her newest book. Again, it follows 3 sisters. Well, technically 4 sisters. One of them's after dying, and the 3 other sisters are getting back together to like reconnect or something. I'm not too sure, but I'm very excited to read this. I'm going to say that about every book, but you get it. This is The Reformatory by Tananarive Due, a horror book set during the Jim Crow era in the south of America. It says 1950, and it's set in a reform school, of Reformatory, and it's a ghost story from what I've heard, and I've wanted to pick up something by her for a long time, so I hope I will enjoy this. It's quite a long one, actually. yeah, well, it's like 600 pages and the font is quite small, but again, I'm intrigued. I love non-fiction, but this is another non-fiction. This is An Immense World by Yong. This is about senses in animals, so how different animals use their different senses. Sonar, like with bats, echolocation, like in marine mammals and stuff. And I'm so excited to read this. I've heard really good things about it. Again, how cute is this cover? I'm so excited to read this. You know, I'm so excited, blah blah blah. This is Brother Do You Love Me? This is by Reuben and Manni Coe. This is also non-fiction. Again, heard about it from Louise Savage Muses. So Reuben and Manni are two brothers. Reuben is, or he was at the time, he was 38 years old, and he was living in a facility for adults with learning disabilities, and his brother was off somewhere, I think, on holidays, and Reuben texts him saying, "Brother, do you love me?" So he came back from his holidays, and I think he ended up like taking Reuben out of the environment that he was in, and it wasn't very good for him. And that's just the story of their like family, and it also has illustrations from Reuben, which I think is really cool. Let me just try and find one. Has like all his illustrations and stuff in it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. Next up, another non-fiction. I'm really in my non-fiction era at the moment. This is Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. A kind of a staple in vegetarian / vegan circles. I am already a vegan, so how much am I going to really get from this? I'm not too sure, but I've wanted to read it for a couple of years, and I thought, why not get it now? Earlier this year, I also read a book about farm animals, and I really, really loved that one, so I'm picking this up soon, I hope. And the last one that I have is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I have read 2 of her other books, The Unseen World, which I loved, and Long Bright River, which I also loved. This is her most recent book. It really only came out like I think this month, so it's very, very new, and I'm so excited. It's a mystery, literary, thrillerish, I think, and from what I've heard, it's just so well received. I think it revolves around a camp and someone disappearing. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what it's about. I'm going to read it because I love her. That is everything. I'm very excited to read all these books. And let me know in the comments if you've read any of them, what you think, or if you're excited to read any of them. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one.